Hello to all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is managing well during these strange and somewhat challenging times. Although in London we're moving into Tier 2 on Saturday, on Shabbat, places of worship still remain open, and our shul doors are still very much open wide for all who are able to join us for the services. We are excited and looking forward to seeing every single one of you that is able to make it to shul on Shabbat. But for those of you who are unable to come, I'll be sending out a short and sweet message relating to the weekly portion. And the first one being Bereshit this week, which is the first week of the entire Torah, the first portion of the 5 books of Moses called Bereshit, which means the beginning. And Bereshit talks of the beginning of time, the creation of the world, the creation of man and woman, and the famous mistake that they made from eating from the tree of knowledge, the forbidden fruits of the tree of knowledge. The question which we ought to ask when reading this section of man, of Adam and Eve, eating from the tree which they were specifically told not to eat from is, why did God create that tree in the first place? Why did God create a situation whereby they could fall, whereby they could make such a grave mistake which had very lasting consequences? Why didn't God give them the easier route? Why didn't he put them into the Garden of Eden and allow them to live the most enjoyable life forevermore without having the temptation of the tree of knowledge which ultimately led to their downfall? And the answer is something which is very relevant to us as well, us as Jews in particular, and the various expectations that God, so to speak, has of us, and that is that the greatest gift God has given us as human beings is the gift of free choice. The greatest gift we could possibly have ever received from God is the gift of being able to create our destinies for ourselves, the gift of independence. Human beings were created in the image of God. We're created in the image of God because we have a soul, because we have a spiritual makeup. But we're also in the image of God because just as God is independent, we too are independent. We too have free choice and have the ability to make our own decisions, just as God does. God didn't create that tree in the Garden of Eden so that Adam and Eve would stumble and fall. God created the tree in the Garden of Eden so that Adam and Eve could create their own destinies, could make their own choices in life, and earn their own existence. We human beings get most pleasure from that which we earn, not that which we are given. And by giving them the command not to eat from the tree, he was giving them the opportunity to earn the lives which he gifted them with. It's not often that we stop to think about the gift of free choice that every single one of us has. But when we read the story of the first mistake that human beings made, we're reminded of why the ability to make mistakes is there in the first place. Because by having the ability to make mistakes, it means that we have the ability to choose good as well. We have the ability to earn our own lives for ourselves and be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. Please God, we will appreciate this gift of free will. We will use it wisely, and we will earn our existence and be the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom, a peaceful Shabbat, a restful Shabbat. And please God, we'll be able to come together very, very soon. Amen.